As I was moving around as an average man, guys, I didn't have discipline in the one area that a man can't fake, and that is his physical presence. And that's what I want to talk to you, man, about today. Not just about macros or reps or trying to look good, but I'm talking more so about why your body is the root of your masculine frame, and why getting in shape gives you that inner strength to lead in life, relationships, and with yourself, fellas. You fellas have probably seen that guy. Maybe at one point in time, you were him. The guy who overtexts, the one who always panicked whenever the female decided to pull back, right? Or the one who crumbled emotionally the second things got rough. You probably can resonate with that. We like to say that it's a lack of purpose, but if I'm being honest, it's a lack of physical presence. If you skip the gym and you're eating like trash, guys, and you're avoiding doing, uncomfortable things in your life, you're already training yourself to fail before life even tests you. As a matter of fact, when you're moving with this energy, women don't even have to try to test you. Your body already told her everything that she needs to know. And what it's saying essentially is that I don't lead myself, so therefore I can't even lead you. If you recall, I've told you about my divorce and how I hit rock bottom and I was broke, how I lived an unstructured life, and literally I was floating around through life without a purpose. So I know about being in that situation all too well. And it wasn't until I stepped foot into the gym, fellas, and I started being consistent with lifting, that's when everything started to change in my life. I started to show up for myself first, and once I did that, the world started to respond and show up for me as well. See, you have to start with pain. And I'm not talking about the pain that life throws your way. Like in my case, I had my divorce. No, I'm not talking about that. What I'm referring to, fellas, is the pain that you choose. That's going to the gym, enduring hard shit, putting your body under test so that way you can cultivate discipline, cultivate being resilient, cultivate loving yourself, because you're not going to get that from the world. The world is meant to tear you down and see what you're capable of. But if you don't step up to the plate and show the world how you've already been, on the practice field training up for these moments, then you'll never know what your full potential is like or what you're capable of achieving in this life. The gym became very sacred to me, fellas, because with every time that I was showing up in the gym, fellas, I was stripping away weakness out of my life. Not just from my body, fellas, but from my mindset, which was the most important thing. I stopped negotiating with myself. No more skipping, no more softness. And in that silence, after those sets, that's when my purpose started to whisper to me. So let's talk about females. It's not a shame for a man to want to have that admiration and love and attention from feminine energy. But I want you to realize female nature, because a lot of us, we've been there where we've had a female that has pulled back in our life. She's tested us over and over again and essentially has left you more confused than when you started out in the relationship. You start chasing, you start over pursuing, over explaining. Throughout all of this transition, guys, you start to lose yourself. But here's what you need to understand. She's not testing your words. She's testing your core. When you step foot into the gym and you start to work on yourself, you start to tear down the flesh and build it up from the ground up. You build muscle that holds your frame under pressure. When she throws an attitude, when the energy starts to shift, you don't fold, because your body has already been under enough stress for you to understand how to deal with it on a day-to-day basis. That's what fitness does for a lot of guys. It builds a nervous system that doesn't panic under pressure, fellas. The guy who skips going to the gym, he folds every time a woman starts to throw a test his way. But when you set out and you begin to forge yourself under the bar, stepping foot into the gym, building up masculine strength, that's when you start to prove to yourself that you are capable of handling so much more. Therefore, you start to eliminate those that are not going to help you or aid you with your purpose. Here's the other part that guys talk about, but they miss the mark. And that is, spending time with your girl doesn't necessarily kill attraction if you know how to balance your time. But if you're being too passive during the times that you do have with her, That's what's going to kill the attraction really fast. If you're that type of guy that comes home and as soon as you get home, you hop into bed with your girl and you guys are watching Netflix or both scrolling on social media, guys, that turns a masculine man into a roommate. But from my experience, when you're in shape and you got a purpose and you're living with a woman, that changes the game differently. You start suggesting more things like hiking, boxing, or going out and creating, or going on dinner dates. You start to become known for being active. And being active is what keeps attraction in a relationship. You start to move like a man, fellas. See, I used to think just being around was enough. But when I locked into my rhythm, like clean eating, working out, and meditating daily, that's when things started to fall into place and she fell into my cadence that I already established. Because masculine energy and motion starts to pull in that feminine energy naturally. Understand this, temptation isn't just about chasing women. It's comfort, it's in eating unhealthy, it's in the choosing the easy route. It's in every little thing that pulls you off your purpose. That's what temptation is. When I was moving in life and I didn't have a purpose, guys, I couldn't say no to anything. Rejections hit different. The stress levels that I had was through the roof, which caused me to binge eat. And silence made me overthink, where I had many sleepless nights. But when I started training, and I'm talking about really taking my training serious, that's when I started to see serious results in my life. Because fitness started to harden me from the inside out and turn me into a man, something that my mother was incapable of doing, nor was it her responsibility to do. I'm not talking about being turned hardened in a toxic way. What I mean is that I became unshakable in life, fellas. Now when I move through life with the body that I've worked hard on, with the purpose that came out of that discipline in the gym, now I move where I don't chase female validation, fellas. I don't chase any validation from any man. The only validation I chase is the man above. And as long as I'm over here doing my job as a father, that's all that matters to me at the end of the day. You guys need to understand that you have earned that right to move with the confidence that most men can't move in life with. That is genuine confidence, because you have denied yourself so many times the easy route. You've said no to this. You've said no to the temptation of females. You said no to going out and partying, all times of the night. You have said yes to getting in shape. You have said yes to thinking cleanly. You have said yes to eating right. And you need to understand, because you are doing that each and every day, you deserve the right to walk boldly and sit here in confidence as a masculine man, fellas. So when life starts to distract you, you can just ignore that bullshit and say, look, I've already put in the reps. I know what I'm capable of. No one can catch you off guard. And when no one can catch you off guard, you guys, that is where real power comes from. You want to lead women. I know I do. Build a legacy. Same here. This is what we all want as men. But the reflection that you see in that mirror is staring back at you, and it still shows hesitation. It still shows insecurities and weakness and uncertainties. This is the number one reason why women choose not to follow behind your leadership right now. The world reacts to your physical presence first. Your body tells a story of your choices. And when people see you and they see that you're in shape, they see that you know how to be disciplined enough to make good choices in life. Every man has a mission, but that mission will stay quiet until your body is strong enough to carry it. You can't carry any mission with a weak, soft tone. You have to be bold whenever you step foot out into the world. And your body is the first signal that represents boldness. Your trained body is the key to clarity, to respect, to confidence, to that peace and polarity that we look for from feminine energy. And the best part about all of this stuff, fellas, is that once you walk into this energy, you'll never have to worry about chasing a woman again, because you have now replaced chasing females and chasing stuff with purpose, true purpose. Start in the mirror, build up your body, find the purpose through going into the gym. So that way, guys, you can effectively lead in life.